Coming up on the Empowered Woman podcast.
It's so beautiful to see how something that we've created from scratch means so much to another person. And this is always when we get on our team calls to every department that we have, I always tell them the same thing. To you, it's just another order. To that person, it genuinely actually means the world.
Welcome to the Empowered Woman podcast, the #1 show on visibility strategies for women entrepreneurs. If you want to get empowered to be seen, stand out on social media, stages, TV, and more to make an impact with your voice in business, you're in the right place. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Marcia Spurk, and I'm your host, professional singer and visibility strategist. Welcome again, and let's dive into today's episode.
Planning for your legacy should be empowering. That's why we've partnered with Tim Gorman, author of Tangled Legacy, Turning Estate Planning Mistakes into Successes, your essential guide to building wealth and securing your family's future. Invest in your legacy. Learn more about workshops, classes, and one-on-one coaching at dgrealtyadvisors.com. Ready to go from financial stress to financially thriving? At Money Essentials for Women, we provide coaching and resources to help you reach your biggest financial goals with ease. From early retirement and debt payoff to home ownership, career growth, and more. Learn more and set up a free consultation with one of our expert coaches at www.money-essentials.com. Hi, Keida. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Marta. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited for you to share your story and what you're doing because it's extremely fascinating. So why don't you get us started? Tell us who you are and what you do.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks so much for having me on the show. I'm excited to share my journey. So basically, I started Soulmate Customs. It started as a mother-daughter business. So I couldn't find a gift that was special enough for my mom's 50th birthday, and I really wanted her birthday gift that year to be extra special and make her feel like extra special. So then I couldn't find anything online. I searched for months, not even like a couple of weeks. I was being dramatic, but I searched for a couple of weeks, like up to a month. I wanted to get something beforehand so it could genuinely be really special. And I genuinely couldn't find anything. And after much searching and searching, it was always the same boring, bland gifts, like get your mom a t-shirt that says, "I love you, mom," or like a necklace, or just like a bracelet that says mom, just always the same repetitive gift ideas. So then I was like, okay, you know what? What if I just craft something myself? And I think of the idea to take a picture of me and her, outline it on my iPad, and then embroider it onto this small, like $300 embroider machine that I had bought a couple months prior. And I never thought much of it, which just blows my mind to know like what we've done with that $300 embroider machine now. And then I gave it to my mom, and I never expected the reaction that she had. She started crying, and she was like, "Keida, this is actually the most special gift I've ever received in my life." And almost immediately after, she goes, "Let's start a business out of this. This is genius." And that's how Soulmate Customs started.
Oh my gosh, what a cool story. And I bet you never get sick of sharing it because it was a very successful, well, initially an unsuccessful gift hunt that turned out to be an amazing business story. So tell us more about then the development of the company because I assume you had some bumps in the road as we all do as entrepreneurs and some challenges. So tell us what this journey has been like.
Yeah, so once we decided that we wanted to start a business, we thought of the like idea, the name, the logo. I created something super quickly myself. I created my own Shopify website myself as well. And I was like, okay, if we're gonna do this, let's just do it quickly. And we launched on July 1st, 2000, it was 2021. And once it hit 11/11, it was me and my mom on the couch holding hands and like praying that we could have a successful business. But genuinely, even though I was praying at the time, I never, ever, ever thought it would become this big. And then we clicked launch. And after a week of me posting on TikTok, we went viral because I got my first ever order from a customer, and I decided to film that order and posted on social media. And it was like a video of me just saying like, oh my gosh, I got my first ever order, make it with me. And it was kind of like a vlog
Mm.
that got millions of views. I think up until now it has, I think, around 3 million views. And from then, once that video went viral, we got thousands and thousands of orders coming in all of a sudden. And as ecstatic as we were like, we have one $300 machine in our small apartment that we live in with no employees. Like, we have nothing. Like, how are we supposed to make so many orders?
Yeah.
And I was telling my mom, I'm like, Mom, we have to stop the shop because it's just impossible for us to fulfill all of these.
Mhm.
And thankfully, I know I say this in every podcast, but it's really, I think, what made or broke the success. Like, I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, in the past tense. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that's what made our business like that's what kind of fueled the fire and kept it
Yeah.
going. My mom was like, "No, that's the last thing we're gonna do. We're gonna keep on going and figure out
Mm.
how to do this, but the last thing we're gonna do is shut down or like close and stop getting the sales coming in." So then what we did is we searched for people everywhere. We printed out sheets and like put them onto roads that were hiring. We found an office space. My dad helped me. We were searching for office spaces together, so he helped me find an office space. We found something like a small room, and it was like an office. Like there was offices all over, and then there's like this little kid coming in that's 19 years old with like six. Because immediately we bought like I don't remember exactly. I think it was 4 commercial embroidery machines. Immediately, we bought like 4 commercial embroidery machines and we put them in that office space. And we were so worried because it was like a building with offices and with businesses in it. We were scared that the embroidery machines would be too loud. So my dad had to go buy closets at IKEA and then put them inside of closets and so that they didn't make as much noise.
Uh-huh.
So it's definitely been a journey, but we were able to successfully like fulfill all of the orders, even though there was a bit of a delay. I think it was like our processing time was a month, 2 months of how long we shipped to the actual customer because everything had to be hand drawn and everything. So it was pretty crazy time, but we barely had any complaints. We had no complaints with what I remember, and everyone was so understanding because it's just a small business, mother-daughter, and it's been insane ever since.
Wow, that is so fascinating. I love that. Tell us more about what exactly the products are. What can people expect? How can they go and check it out? What's the ordering since it's customized, right? What does that look like? I'm super curious to hear more.
Yeah, for sure. So what we do is we take customers' pictures, we turn them into outlined art, so we hand draw them ourselves, and then we embroider them onto hoodies, sweatshirts, blankets, teddy bears, or like engrave them onto a ton of different jewelry pieces as well. So that's basically what we do.
Okay. Oh, that's so wonderful, and especially at this day and age where we don't really develop pictures. This is such a great way of creating gifts and really memories and immortalizing the things that we take with our phones, and it kind of just goes nowhere besides posting on social media. So that
For
is
sure.
fascinating. Now, I want to hear from the perspective of somebody so young. So you were 19 when you launched, or are you 19 now? You were 19 then.
Yes, I was 19 then. Now I'm almost 23.
Woo! Okay. Which, oh my gosh, that speaks a lot to the success of the business that you guys have been going and growing this entire time. Tell us more about that journey, because the majority of people, in my audience and such as myself, we started this early 30s or, late 20s. I would love to hear your perspective as somebody so young embarking on this journey. Granted, you had the support of your mom, but still, it's quite the task. So tell us more.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible journey. Ever since like 3 years ago when we first started up until now, it's definitely been like the most amount of pressure and stress that I've ever had in my life. There's so many moments that I've genuinely, just to give a realistic perception, because I feel like a lot of people my age, they always want to start their own businesses. And
Yeah.
while I'm totally for it, no one really steps into or like gets to think genuinely how much work that it takes to have a successful business. It
Mhm,
is incredibly hard.
mhm,
And
mhm.
it's definitely been something that has, made me have tremendous growth personally, but also obviously business-wise, professionally. It's been an incredible journey. The thing that I'm most thankful for is definitely the growth for sure.
Yeah. Tell us more about some of the skills that you've developed, which I don't know when you were 19 if you were going to college, were you in the arts in any capacity, or how did that all develop? And then now as being a business owner, having to fulfill orders and handle customer service, all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that you're a singer as well. I actually started the first half of my life up until I was around up until I started Soulmate Customs, I've been a singer my entire life. I sang, I acted, I danced, and I'd never thought I'd ever get into anything else. Everyone would always ask me, okay, what's your plan B? I'm like, there is absolutely no plan B. I'd laugh at their face. I'm like, I'm gonna be a singer and an actress, and that's it. Now I'm laughing at my own face because I am totally not a singer or an actress anymore. I'm just 100% into business. But I think it has helped me so much being in the entertainment industry my entire life because it's made me so not shy and so free being on camera and speaking to people and connecting to people. I think that's one of the biggest parts of our success in business is that there's a person behind the brand and a person that's so incredibly in love with her supporters. Like me and everyone that follows us, we are so I am constantly showing the processes of what we're doing and posting on our stories all the time. I communicate, I do giveaways.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Would you like to be my next guest on the Empowered Woman podcast? Do you have a story you'd like to share? Want more visibility for your business on a show ranked in the top 0.5% in the world? Well, then head on over to martasburke.com/podcast guest for more information.
I'm always on the videos and I respond to comments and I'm incredibly involved with our followers and our customers, and I love it. It genuinely comes out of something that I'm super passionate about, and I think I definitely got it from having a background in the entertainment industry. So I feel like everything works at the end. Everything happens for a reason.
Oh yeah, nothing is ever wasted, right? We build on our experiences and we get to take that and transfer those skills into something else. And I'm so glad that you talked about the importance of being comfortable being part of the brand or being the brand and not just hiding behind the business, because that is something that I think the older we get, and it depends on personality types and life experience, but just generally speaking, many people, and in my case, because I coach women, tend to hide behind the business, and that's where they feel comfortable. Or even once you have kids, kind of hide behind your kids, especially on social media, and not really understanding the importance that it is to show your personality, to connect with your audience, to connect with your clients, because people at the end of the day are not buying the company, they're really buying you and your personality, right? And that relationship that you build with them. So thank you for emphasizing that. That is so wise. And more people need to hear that. I know we talked a little bit about being young and getting this started, and you said, people don't realize how hard it is. What is some other advice that you could give? And it doesn't have to be for young people, anybody, because you are so wise beyond your years at this point, especially since you've been an entrepreneur for so long, for several years now. What is some other advice that you have?
Yeah, I mean, I try. I'm such a person that always loves to give advice to other people because I love seeing people grow. I've always wanted to be an inspiring person and just genuinely help people grow. And when a lot of people ask me all the time for advice, I try to not give the most monotone advice that other people give.
Yeah.
But it is so true sometimes when I look back at things that I've read or things that I've heard, there's a lot of things that sound so cliche but are so true. Like for example, the amount of hard work but smart work that you're supposed to be putting in, because no matter how hard you can work, if you're not working smart and efficiently, then good luck. Like you're just burning yourself out when you're not doing the correct steps to get to where you want to get. For me, I love giving advice to people my age as well, because I see so many people eager to create success for themselves. the thing that I do, my work-life balance doesn't exist currently. It's just work, 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 self-growth, and more work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like I definitely recommend uh, working as much as you possibly can and growing as much as you possibly can. So if you don't know where to start, any possible time that you have, time is the most important thing that we all have.
Yeah.
So the reason that we're not as successful as we want to become is because we're not managing our time correctly. Like, to think that we have the same 24 hours as our idols
Mm.
is crazy because they're just doing things that are more wiser with their time than we are. So knowing how to manage your time is one of the most important things that we could possibly do. And once I started a time blocking, like using 30-minute increments of what I should be doing every single day, that's when I saw a major change in how much that I'm working efficiently. And it's been incredible for me. But I think advice in general is become the best person you could possibly be to grow yourself, to become incredible, and everything will come from that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to have people idolize you, for example, or to be an inspiration to other people, then you have to be just like your idol. So for example, if I'm looking at someone that's really successful, uh, that is my idol, usually it's the people who have the most success, the people who have they continue to have that femininity in them, they have really nice bodies. Like, you're always idolizing the people with the most success because they're working, if you really look at it, they're working on their self-growth.
Yep.
Like, why do you idolize someone who has the best body? Like, you always put them on a pedestal. That's because they're working 100 times more than everybody else to have that body. And that's why you're looking at them that way. And it's the same thing for everything else in your life. So this is what I've learned, at least in my experience. You have to be the best possible version of yourself to then be an influence to others. And especially being in business and being the CEO of your own company, being an entrepreneur, you have to become a great leader.
Yeah.
And if you're not a great leader where your own team members see you as an inspiration, then you're not doing your job correctly. Like, you've put yourself in the entrepreneurship position, then you have to take that role and fully run with it
Yeah.
at the best of your abilities possible, or else you just simply won't be able to succeed and then lead a team.
Mm-hmm. Ah, that is so true. It starts with you. And when we look at somebody else, we want to see if it's outside of ourselves, right? Because we're seeing somebody outside of ourselves. But you are so right. When you see somebody's result, what you should really be looking at is, what was the process, right? What was the hard work that they put in? Because that's what we need to know. Otherwise, we're not going to get to where they are. We
Exactly.
forget
100.
that because it's like, I want it now. And
Yep.
it's not going to be now. It's going to take a while. That is so wise. I love it. What is next for our Soulmate Customs now? Do you have new plans? What's coming up for the new year?
Yeah, I mean, Q4 planning has been the most, I don't want to say stressful, but it's been definitely something taking me like sweeping me off my feet because it's always so overwhelming every time we get to Q4 because you try to do your absolute best at the end of the year. It's the best time for all businesses.
Right.
But what we're working on, as per usual, is keep on coming out with new products. Our supporters love that. Keep on being super close to our followers, and obviously just keep on influencing as many people as possible in the world. Because it's not just any business to work so hard. It makes it so worth it when you actually get so many customer feedback of people crying because they have their loved ones who passed away on a hoodie or on a necklace or different things with people they just don't have in their life anymore, or even just stories of people getting married and their long distance and they start crying in their videos, and it's so beautiful to see how something that we've created from scratch means so much to another person. And this is always when we get on our team calls to every department that we have, I always tell them the same thing. To you, it's just another order. They do hundreds of orders per day, not maybe thousands, like it depends on the season. But to you, it's just another order. To that person, it genuinely actually means the world.
It's life-changing work. That is
Yeah.
wonderful. I love it so much. Well, before you share with us how people can connect with you and learn more about the company and place their orders, I'd love to ask you my $1,000,000 question that I ask all my guests. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I've been born ready.
Yay, awesome. Yes, you really are. What is an empowered woman then?
Beautiful question. I think an empowered woman is the woman who is confident while also when I say confidence, a lot of people can think of it as like someone that's cocky as well. I'm saying confident in the way that you're humble and you're inspiring to other people and you help uplift other people. And when we talk about success, it's not just about your personal success, it's about how many people you can bring with you along the way and change their lives just like your life is changing in the same time. So when I think of empowered woman, it's like we're an all-women company, and
That's awesome.
it's beautiful. I love women, and I love helping other women. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and thanks for clarifying the confidence piece. It's about bringing people with you. It's believing in yourself and believing in others, and everyone is helping each other up. That's wonderful. Tell us how we can learn more about Soulmate Customs, how we can check out what you got on there and also connect with you.
Yeah, so Soulmate Customs, you can place an order at soulmatecustoms.com, or you can just simply follow us on social media and see what we're doing at Soulmate Customs. We're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Pinterest, Facebook, and probably more, but I'm just forgetting right now. And if you just want to simply support on my personal journey, I also share more business advice or tips, or if you just simply want to message me and ask for more advice, I'm always super happy to be helping other people. So you can find my Instagram account, Keida02.
Wonderful. Well, I'll make sure and have all of that in the show notes. You are awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope this episode empowered you. And if you enjoyed the show, please join the Empowered Woman community on Facebook and share with friends or leave a review on iTunes so more people can discover this empowering message. Until next time, bye.